There is a way to take the old money aesthetic beyond what you've been seeing on Instagram and TikTok. Instead of just copying looks that we've seen, we're going to start to understand the old money mindset, and we can apply these principles to our own outfits. By adopting these old money principles, we can take the looks away from just being a trend and into something more long-lasting. Now, this old money mindset that I'm going to talk about, it applies to an entire lifestyle and not just clothes, but today I am going to relate it to things that we wear. The first principle of the old money mindset is that you don't wear clothes to try and stand out. In old money circles, wealth is stealth. The last thing you want to do is try and draw attention to yourself and get people thinking that you are rich. There's a little interesting thought experiment we can do here. Now imagine that somebody has given you the keys to a Ferrari and you have to put them in your pocket and walk down a busy street. The last thing you would want to do is try and draw attention to yourself or get people looking at you and get people suspecting that you have a lot of money or a valuable possession. Old money people feel this kind of value inside of them. One of the best ways you can show your internal security and your feelings of internal worth is by not trying to project this onto the rest of the world with flashy clothing. It's for this reason that you see clothes in the old money aesthetic in neutral tones like white and blue and cream and beige. They don't particularly try and grab the eye's attention like a yellow or a green or an orange. But the truth is that in today's world, dressing in this classy, understated way will actually get people's attention. Most people dress very casually, most people don't put much thought into their outfits, and most people don't know how to look after their clothes and wear staple pieces that are enduring. So if you do follow this principle, you will stand out, but it's going to be in a much more subtle way. And this leads me nicely onto my next point. This is what I think most people are getting wrong about the old money aesthetic. A lot of the times on TikTok or Instagram, I will see people simply wearing lots of Ralph Lauren and calling it old money. Now, did Ralph Lauren play a big role building up to the development of this aesthetic and trend? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I really like a lot of Ralph Lauren clothes. I think he has a very elegant style and it's very timeless in many circumstances. But don't wear them to show off the logo. And in fact, I would highly recommend that you avoid buying clothes from any brand that has any type of logo or recognizable design. In every case, you can buy similar items either from Ralph Lauren or from another brand that don't have any kind of logo, and it's going to look much more classy and much more elegant. In particular, you really want to avoid sweaters like this and things with huge logos. In my opinion, this is just as gauche as wearing Gucci or some kind of Versace sweater where you're just showing off the brand. I recommend that you adopt the mindset that wearing brands is tacky. Your body is not a billboard for anybody else's business. It shows insecurity, and I would recommend that no matter what your budget is, you never go for clothes that have logos or branding. Now, some of the most expensive purchases you can make have absolutely zero logos and zero branding. For example, a custom suit might be thousands and thousands of dollars, but nobody would know where it's from. In these cases, I would highly recommend that you avoid telling people how much these things cost. If you're speaking to somebody else who's interested in menswear, perhaps wants to know if they can buy it themselves, then sure, I think it's okay to tell them how much it was if they really want to know. Sometimes in my videos, I might talk about pricing because I want you guys to know if you can afford it or not, and then you can determine if the information I'm giving you is useful to you or not. But I would never overtly tell somebody on the street, somebody that complimented my outfit, where it was from or how much it cost. So if you're not buying things because of the brand, what should you buy? Well, I really recommend that you focus on building a wardrobe made up of staple pieces. These are pieces which are classic, which are timeless, don't go out of fashion. These pieces fit nicely with other items in your wardrobe. For example, you want to pick up a pair of chinos that you could wear with a webbed belt and a white t-shirt, or that you could wear with a dress shirt and a tie and a blazer. When you're building up this kind of wardrobe, it's really important to focus on quality, not quantity. That's because you're buying these clothes for life and you're not just buying them to wear on a weekend or for one season. Another habit of old money people is that they like to really take care of their things and repair them when they break. For example, this linen shirt, I've had holes repaired in this, I've had it tailored a couple of times, I've had the buttons replaced. I like this shirt, I want to be able to wear it next year. I don't want to just buy a new one, I want to take care of it and treat clothes with respect, and when you do that, you'll respect yourself more when you're wearing them. I just want to say a quick word on fast fashion. I know that a lot of brands, even right down to Temu and Shein, have picked up on these looks. I think it's okay if you enjoy wearing this aesthetic but you don't have a big budget to spend on clothes, then I think wearing fast fashion is absolutely fine. I would just say that you should still always make sure that your clothes look their best, and that means cleaning them and ironing them. If you're buying cheaper clothes, the fabrics won't be as good, you won't be able to make as many repairs to them and keep them going for as long, but for as long as you have those pieces, treat them with respect, and still, even though they're cheaper, buy staple pieces that are going to be interchangeable and that hopefully you can wear with many different outfit combinations. Some things that old money people love to wear are family heirlooms. Now, many women like to pass down jewelry to their daughters. With men, there are fewer items that work in this way, but one great example is a watch. So today I am wearing my great granddad's watch. It's not actually an expensive watch. It's a Bernex Swiss watch. It's from 1951, so this has been in my family for 72 generations. I take a great sense of pride in wearing this. When I'm sitting at a bar and people notice it, they often ask me where it's from. They say it's an interesting watch. People generally expect that you might have bought something like this from a vintage store or that you've newly acquired it, but when you tell people that it's actually from your family, it gives you a great sense of pride to talk about that, and people generally find those kind of stories interesting. Another thing that you will have seen a lot of old money guys wearing is a signet ring. Personally, I don't wear one of these, but if you enjoy the look, I would totally go for it. I would especially recommend that you get a custom signet ring with your own family's crest. You can buy generic signet rings at pretty much every fashion store, but that isn't the old money mindset. The old money mindset is that you're representing your family and that you feel proud to represent your family. And you have a custom piece then that you'll be able to pass down to your son one day. Old money families also have multi-generational clothing. There might be a blazer, for example, that a father passes down to his son. There might be some shoes that a mother passes down to her daughter. When you buy these staple, classic, timeless wardrobe pieces, if you look after them, then they can totally survive the decades. Another interesting thing that I've noticed old money families do is they dress their children like adults. If you have children yourself or you're thinking about it, this might be something to bear in mind when you're buying their outfits in the future. I'm sure your family would get a ton of compliments if people see you and your daughters or sons all dressed beautifully, all dressed elegantly in a coordinated way. That also means then that when those children grow up, they already feel very comfortable wearing more formal attire. They feel very relaxed in a suit or a dress shirt in a way that middle class or working class people don't always feel comfortable. I don't have children yet, but if I do in the future, then I think I would really enjoy putting the outfits together and coordinating our looks as a family. It really communicates a message to the rest of the world of respect and of grace and elegance. I really encourage you to go to your grandpa's house or your grandma's house, look for something from your family that you can start wearing, and please tell me in the comments what you picked out and tell me the story of that piece. I know that when you start wearing it, you're going to feel really proud and people are going to ask you about it and you'll get to tell them the story of your family. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep things classy.